Whether you keep them in your home or love to see them in theirs, these are the creatures that bring us all together.
Reptiles. We're going to be delving into the experiences of reptile lovers from around the block and around the world. This is the Reptile Talk Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jeremy Turgeon from Brassman Reptiles.
And I'm Robin. I'm creeping it real.
Yeah,
Party.
Episode 150, man. 150 episodes of the podcast. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Hey, I'm excited for it. Got a little us episode going on tonight. Super excited. And before we even roll into it, I want to say that tonight's episode is brought to you by blackboxcages.com.
Box Cages, bam.
Right. If you're looking for a new rack or enclosure, make sure that you check out Black Box Cages. Really great customization options. One of the quickest turnarounds in the game. They're always doing things to improve your user experience when it comes to your hobby with reptiles, arachnids, and all sorts of different types of critters.
Hell yeah. So make sure you go check them out, blackboxcages.com. Again, of course, you can see the link right in this ticker on the bottom of the screen going through all episode. And of course, link is in the description. But heck yeah, dude. So 150 episodes in, and man, we're chilling. If you're this will actually go up today. So I was going to say, if you're listening in the future, but the future is going to be in just a few hours. So
right now,
the future is right now.
The future is now.
It's true. And now.
Bum,
and
bum, bum.
now and
also right now
Oh man, so what is going on, Rob? How are things over on your side of the state? What's going on?
It was like it rained really hard the first part of today, but the second part of today was really nice outside. It was like 60 something, like probably like mid 60s. It was so nice out and sunny. And on my side of the state, let's see, I got scrub eggs in the incubator, which is cool. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Maybe a little bit. So I got scrub eggs in the incubator. I posted a little video on Instagram and a picture of the female with the eggs. That's Ursula, bred to Brad. So Brad's the male who's fathered all the babies that I've produced so far. And then Ursula, this is her first year producing. She's a captive bred baby that I got from a guy in Florida. And this was her first clutch of eggs. 9 good eggs, 1 slug. I'll take it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
That went pretty nice. Those eggs are in the incubator, and my incubator's been off for a hot minute, so I had to like set it back up and
yep.
Reel it into the right temperature. It was on like 84 for a few days, and I was like, this is not right. So
heck yeah, man.
I've been dealing with that, and then pairing up some other stuff. I've got a couple Borneo ovulations, which is nice. One of them is like one that I'm really hyped about. I got a ovulation from the like crystal glow leopard looking Borneo, one of the ones that I produced from the skunk line stuff. So she was bred to another skunk line animal. So should be some really bonkers stuff in that clutch if all goes according to plan. I'm really hyped about that. And then I'm pretty sure I've got an ovulation on some striped granite head ultra stuff, and a couple, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 other things. I still am waiting a little bit to bring the corn snakes up from brumation or hibernation or whatever, but they're rearing to go. They're ready. They're like, I open up to check on them. They're like looking at me like, where's the food? I'm like, no, calm down. Calm down. You're a corn snake. What are you doing? So that's been going good. I got we got the Raleigh Reptile Expo coming up this upcoming weekend. If you are listening to this concurrently, it'll be March 8th and 9th of 2025. If you're listening to this in the future, oh, you missed it. Damn, you should have scheduled things better, damn it.
Right. What's your problem, bro?
Yeah, bro. What are you even doing? So that is coming up, and I've got some baby corns I can finally try to sell. I just haven't really tried to sell anything recently. So I've got baby Borneos. I've got, a scrub I can let go. I got some corn snakes, and I hate selling things. I hate the process of selling things. I don't mind actually selling stuff. I just the process sucks. I don't really want to take 500
Yeah.
pictures for 10 different people who are not going to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely get that. I've definitely experienced some folks on certain platforms that like to make inquiries for pictures or lowball price offers, and then you respond or provide an image and you just get ghosted.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's frustrating. But any,
How's things going with you?
I can't complain, man. Things have been going well. The season is certainly underway. I got a clutch of albino carpets a couple of weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago now. So those are in the incubator. I'm very excited for that. That female, I produced, I don't know how many years ago now, probably 2018, 2019, and that clutch was from an albino caramel jag to a caramel head albino.
Mm.
How many eggs there were in that original clutch, but somehow the incubator had gotten unplugged, and I don't know for how long. I lost all but 2 eggs, and it was this female and a brother of hers that went to our buddy Anthony in Massachusetts, and so it was a bummer to lose the clutch, but a super cool experience to still have that female. She's crushing it, and grow her all the way up to breed her and now have her eggs in an incubator that for no known issues should fail. So knock on wood that doesn't happen. But yeah, so that was really cool. I'm looking forward to that clutch. That's just got a little bit of extra sentimental value. And she was bred to a pure Darwin albino, so we'll have some intergrades, but all albinos, which is always cool. So I'm looking forward to that. It looks like I missed on Borneos again this year.
No.
So I'm kind of bummed about that. But yeah, I'm just like, wow. I admittedly started focusing a bit more of my time on prepping Amazons.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I was just kind of like, okay. I did catch locks, but of course that doesn't, things can breed and not actually produce, so it doesn't mean anything. So I mean, maybe I'll get surprised later on if a female decides to cycle later and has retained sperm, but overall, it's all good on the Borneo front. So got plenty of ball pythons breeding this year, like more than I probably planned. And but it's gonna be cool clutches. I'm hoping I've got the female is building pretty consistently right now. So VPI Axanthic Clown to a butter Enchi pastel. So I've had to think about all the genes. Hypo Desert Ghost. So the possibility for some quad hets. So DG True Ghost Clowns. That clutch I'm certainly excited for, and she's been building and going in the right direction. So I'm excited for that. The first ball python clutch of the year is due in about 10 days from that same Axanthic Clown male bred to a hypo chocolate pin. So some True Ghost triple het stuff. So I'm excited for that. And then a myriad of other ball python combo things that I just randomly paired together. So we'll see what happens.
To a het pied.
Yeah, oh yeah, bro. I'm going back to 05, man. Pos het to pos het, bro. We don't shed test. We look for markers,
bro.
But yeah, it should be cool. The one other clutch that I'm excited for, it'll be a Who's Your Daddy clutch, but a very definitive Who's Your Daddy clutch. So either way, it will be cool. Bred a female cinnamon candy to a male Hidden Gene Woma Enchi Lemon Blast Fire Het Puzzle. Yes, there's a lot of stuff happening there.
There's a lot of stuff happening there.
Yeah, and then backed her up to a leopard candy. So I'll know if I get candy babies, then I know what got it. If I get non-visual candies, then I know that they're het for candy and possible het for puzzle, and those I will shed test and we'll see what might be going on there. But confirmed locks with both. But the that het puzzle male stopped breeding for a period of time. It just was like not interested, and I was like, I don't want to miss this female, so I just threw the leopard candy male in with her. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. And then everything else is just kind of myriad of a bunch of different clown combos and hypo combos and what have you. So we'll see on that front. Colubrids are now officially all the way warmed up out of brumation. I put them down early, so I brought them up early. They've been feeding super strong, getting the first couple of post brumation sheds from some females, so we're getting very, very close to starting to pair some things. Leopard geckos were breeding here, so it was a very loud tail rattly week and a half over here.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, but everybody's still got their tails, and I've already seen some females that are looking gravid. So we'll have leopard geckos. Yeah, it was like I got them right there where females are starting to ovulate and everything. So it was like the perfect time. Waiting for some crested gecko eggs. What else? Pairing up some Amazons. Initial pairings. Some pairings love each other. Other pairings absolutely hate each other right now. So like I've got like a leopard going to a tiger, and they're all cuddled up. They've been loving each other and everything. So I'm excited for that one. A garden tiger to a garden. They've locked visually. I've seen a couple times now, so that's good. Both of those girls have follicles. Got like a calico to a bicolor, quote unquote het calico, that hate each other right now. They're like opposite sides of the enclosure and everything. And I'm like, dang man, like come on. So at this point it's still kind of early. I went back and looked at records for girls over the last couple of years, and most of them started cycling in like early April. So we're still maybe like 4 weeks or so out before like any palpable follicles might start developing. So I'm just kind of like, okay, if I can at least get some males in rotation, maybe it'll start to just kind of get those females into the zone and be like, okay, it's almost that time. Maybe we should start reproducing. So, but lots of chaos happening here. But I'm excited. It's always like, maybe you feel the same way, especially if there's a clutch that you're really anticipating. It's like the weird in between of like, I'm excited because things are breeding, but damn, I want those babies. Like, I want to see what's going to happen. Like,
yeah, I feel like that's how I've been the last couple years. Like, my life has been so freaking hectic the last couple months that I was just like, oh, there's an ovulation there. Oh shit. Oh, there's eggs. What is happening right now? I don't even know. I haven't written anything down. I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
That has been my life for the last like several months.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's 100% how I felt with ball pythons this year. I started the season like, yeah, we're gonna one big final push on ball pythons before I do final downsize of everything. Just gonna breed as much as possible, and then life got a little chaotic, and I stopped pairing things any kind of consistently. And then finally things settled down, and I was like, all right, let me revisit some of these ball pythons. And I was like, oh. That's you've already ovulated, or like you go to
eggs.
Yeah, exactly. You go to palpate for follicles, and you're like, oh, we're way past follicles right now. Like these are full blown eggs. How did this happen?
How did we get here?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing some cool ball pythons. Definitely fingers crossed that Amazon tree boas start loving each other a little bit more. And yeah, it's going to be a good season. It's going to be a busy season, but it's going to be a good season for sure.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So I know you won't like it, But
Oh no,
most anticipated corn snake clutch for me this year will be
corn snake to a king snake. Great, I
no,
love it.
no, no, no,
I'm just
no
kidding.
hybrids. No, no. No, I'm doing a visual scaleless animal to palmetto to make some double het scaleless palmettos. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I know Rob's not going to care too much for that, but
Oh, but hear me out. Here, I know
Yeah.
that corn snake people don't really market their stuff like they should, right? Have they already made the scaleless palmetto?
Yes, they have.
They haven't named it yet.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Well, here's the deal. We're pulling one straight out of England. It's going to be called the Spotted Dick.
Oh my God. Yes.
Limey, if you're listening.
Yep.
It's a good
I'm here
old
for that.
Spotted Dick.
I am here for that.
Oh my God,
absolutely
dude.
here from that.
I'm just saying, because they're probably gonna. I don't know if they're gonna be spotted. Are they actually spotted? The scaleless palmettos. I don't really follow corn snake stuff.
They
like
are.
That.
They are.
Okay.
So it's very much like if you take a Sharpie and you dab it on a piece of paper or like a paper towel,
Ugh.
and it kind of like it's like ink blots out. That's what it looks like. And to me, that's really interesting.
Okay.
So-
Something for everybody. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you like inky
Thank you, Rob.
paper penis snakes.
It's guilty. Oh man. But yeah, so that I am looking forward to that corn snake clutch. I will not lie. I'm looking forward to that
Word.
one. It'll all be holdbacks.
I think I'm doing
so.
all Okatees. So like it's
Which
like
is still badass.
they're all Focatees. Sorry. Actually, I'll have one pairing that is actual locality Okatees and then two that are not actual locality. They'll be Focatees. So I'll have actual Okatees and Focatees this year, assuming that all of them go. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Okatees they're just badass. Especially after they've hit that mark where the colors really start to pop and you can see like, oh yeah.
I'm not trying to sell them before then, so
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, because that's how
them, they're looking nice.
Yeah, because that's also how you make mistakes, the seller's remorse mistakes. You sell that one corn snake that you're like, whatever, it'll be nice, but then you get the update pick 8 months later and you're like, God dang.
Oh my Lanta. Bro, I the people who have known me for a really long time, like a really, really long time, I used to really hate on corn snakes back in the day. I was like, they're $20, they're $15, they're all trash, they're all horrible. Like, why would anyone want to get corn snakes? You can go out and find them. And like to a certain degree, I do feel that way about a lot of our native stuff. I'm like, if I can go find it, if I can drive someplace and find one, I don't really want to keep it as a pet for the most part. But I don't know, the Okatees, man, they won me over. They won me over, and I like them. They're pretty dang cool.
Yeah, man, they are really freaking cool.
But I will never change my mind on berms. Sorry, you can't make
okay.
me do it.
That one's okay. If I told you I was going to breed a scaleless labyrinth berm, you could hate me for all the years to come.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
And that's worse. We all know that's worse. Oh man.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. I'm gonna have I just saw the comment about getting IJ carpet. I'm gonna have IJ carpets this year. Well, they're gonna be crosses because I got the IJ jag back to the IJ female. So
heck yeah.
So I'll have more of the high percentage IJ jags again this year. So that'll be tight. I hope that I get some nice stuff like last time. And I'm actually really excited for that clutch because I don't think I bred carpet pythons last year. I gave everybody a year off, and I've got a bunch of I've got jungles that are all getting close to breeding size. So I've got a bunch of stuff that's in the pipes, but not quite there yet. And then some of the scrubs that I've been raising up are doing freaking mint, and the Highland scrubs that I've been raising, the females, they are starting to put on size. Like I just feed things, and then I'm taking them out and cleaning them and blah, blah, blah. And then one day you just take them out and you're like, you're getting freaking big. And the first Highland female that I picked up is probably pushing like 6 to 6.5 foot now. So she is like beef, really beefy right now.
Hell yeah.
And Fleb was like 7.5 feet when she produced, and then Ursula is like maybe between 7 and 8 feet, probably around that 8 foot mark. So like next season I could be producing some, all-star babies, all-star to 24 karat, and make some really nice high gold Highlands. So that would be really mint. That would make me really happy to be able to produce those. So that's on the horizon, but that's something that I'm like, I just moved two of the Highland girls into 3 foot enclosures, and then I moved the smallest one into a 1824, and she's like maybe like 3.5, 4 feet long, somewhere around there. She's smaller, but she's growing good too, and she's the patternless one. So I'm like, I don't really have plans on getting you or raising you or breeding you or anything, but she's here, so I might as well. Stephen Kush was talking about maybe wanting to get a hold of her, and I'm like, maybe I should. Just I don't really need another. I've already got the 2 females that I really wanted to go with All-Star, because he's got like really nice bars. He's got some pattern on him. These girls have got really nice gold pattern on them. So I think that they'll make some really nice looking offspring between the 3 of them.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's super exciting. Those will be the scrubs that I'm like,
So
yeah. How many red calico tiger Amazon tree boas does it take for a scrub python, Rob?
I think that would be heavily favored in your direction.
It's okay, Rob. So we're talking one with a kinked tail. It's gonna be okay.
Sold. I'm not gonna breed it. I'm just gonna be like, oh, you look pretty.
Yeah.
I'll trade it for a leopard or something.
That's freaking funny. That is funny.
So that's kind of where I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's like. I know that there's gonna be something I'm gonna finish up, and I'm gonna be like, oh well, I forgot to talk about that thing.
Yeah, right. I know exactly. I'm thinking the same as I'm going back through everything, especially like my colubrid rack that is just like multiple various U.S. native species. I'm like, what else is like really crushing this year that's gonna go? I'm excited to breed some Mex Kings. Those will be cool. Those will be super cool. They are. I took my time raising them up. I probably could have gotten them big enough to breed last year, but I've just been enjoying them. They're a really personable king snake. I certainly and without the potential hassle of Alterna and doing lizard scenting and all that stuff with the babies, these guys will take rodents pretty readily. But I do love Alterna.
I love Alterna.
I do.
I don't really talk about Alterna very much.
It's my only jab at Alterna because I really like them. But I'm just like, lizard scenting, don't want to do that. Just eat the pinky.
Yeah. That's fair. Man, I would love to get just like a nice Blair's phase Alterna.
Dude. Yes.
For nostalgic reasons, not because I want to read it. Just like I just think those are cool. I remember looking at like old reptile books, especially like the US native books, and seeing pictures of those, and I was like, why is it bright orange and silver? This is incredible.
Yep. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's see. We got a few folks in the comments here. What's going on, everybody? If you are enjoying the podcast, please feel free to share it, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Send it out. Let's see. Emma, random question, but do you guys know anything about Savu pythons? yes, they can be fun if you like to bleed a little bit from time to time.
Get musked on.
Yeah, part of the Liasis family.
Yeah. Just
Is there
Liasis
anything?
things.
Yeah, if there's anything in particular that you'd like to know about them, feel free to shoot that in the comments, and I'll keep my eye out for it. Let's see. That IJ is coming from Nick Mutton. Nick Mutton's lineage. Heck yeah, that's awesome. The king of the carpet pythons. Randy's here. What up, buddy? Hell yeah, dude.
So I've
Yeah.
worked with Liasis a little bit, or the Savus a little bit at Nerd, but other than that, I have not had a ton of experience with the Savus. I've also worked with Maclots, and then the big Liasis. Those are Olivaceus or whatever, the big olive pythons. Jason had some of those things, and those are cool as hell, man. Have you ever held a like 12-foot long olive python?
Dude, it's muscle. Like,
Muscle, and their scales are smooth. So like, if any of you guys have ever held like a young reticulated python, until retics hit like 10 feet, their scales are like super smooth, like super slick. And then once the retics get big, it kind of like is less. But those olive pythons at even up to 11 and 12 feet, they smooth scales. They're just so nice. They're so cool.
Yeah. Those guys are definitely designed to just be able to slide through wherever they got to go over those rock crevices and all that dry vegetation. They can just maneuver right through that with no issue. And it's like, it's fine. I didn't feel anything. It's just like, what? That was a cactus. Wish
I could do that.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh man, but yeah, dude, I there was a period in time I kept Maclots, but I really wanted olive pythons, like really wanted olives, but size wise, I couldn't justify an olive python at the time. I was like, it's just a little too big for what I have space for. But Maclots were cool. They're very very on point, like definitely a hyperactive species.
The olives are very on point too, and some of them are sneaky. You think everything's cool, and then all of a sudden they give your arm a look like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I could eat that.
no. Oh hell no.
Yeah. Oh man. That's they're just fun snakes. They really are just fun snakes. Oh, let's see. Picked up a 6-month-old Savu first gen, and I guess is completely unrelated to any other captive bred ones in the US. Are they pretty hardy snakes? Active or temperamental?
I find they're kind of a little bit, at least the ones that I was working with were a little bit more shy. They're pretty hardy. I mean, as long as they're established in eating and everything, a lot of that Liasis, the tough part is getting them to eat. And then once they eat, they don't stop. And they're a little shy, but they are active. So like if you're in the room, they might not cruise around, but the second that you leave, they're going to be all over the place. And then temperament wise, shy, defensive, musk typically when you bring them out. At least the ones that I worked with. That's not to say I have a very small sample size, so I don't claim to know everything about them. But the ones that I worked with, very active when you're not watching them, and then the second they know that you're in the area, they're like, nope, I'm just gonna hide.
Yeah.
And they just kind of are a little bit more reclusive like that.
Of course I go to bring it up and I draw a blank on his name. Gary Scavino keeps and breeds Savu pythons. He would be a good person to reach out to and pick his brain on information if you're looking for some other info like that. And he might have some intel on like new F1 generation kind of stuff and like what what your best route is on mitigating that if there are any situations that pop up, because that as far as that goes, I'm unaware.
I have seen like maybe 4 or 5 people produce them in the US. So like anyone who's got captive bred ones, they're probably unrelated, because almost all the people who I've seen who have bred them from initially wild caught stuff. And so anything that is captive bred is most likely unrelated, unless you both got it from the same person. And then it's
Right.
like, it's going to be related that way. But all the other stuff, they're not very regularly bred.
That is true, which is a shame because they are really cool snakes.
Yeah, a lot of people are hyped on the Dunn's pythons, and
Oh yeah,
don't get me wrong, Dunn's are cool, they're rare, but if we were just like, if they were the same amount of common, like if you could get a Dunn's python or a Savu at the same price and they were both, equally as available, I think Savus would probably beat them out, at least from a lot of the ones that I've seen. Some of the Savus are just like really striking, and then some of the babies with the like bright orange on them and the speckles and everything, like
they're pretty snakes. Yeah, they definitely are pretty snakes. Hell yeah, man. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
But what the world needs more of is captive bred Timor pythons.
Oh my God, yes. Yes. I need Timor.
Taylor.
Taylor. I hope you're listening. I think Black Tengu Exotics has got some that he's working on breeding too. Owen for NPR, I want to say that he sent his for breeding loan. But I've been watching a bunch of people who have got them, and I'm just patiently waiting. I really like Timor pythons, lesser Sundays pythons, and if I had unlimited space, I think those are really freaking cool. And as many people who have seen Timors, like, have you seen an adult one?
Yeah, not really.
I've seen ones that are like up to about 3.5 foot, and they were mind blowing. They were so nice looking, and I was like, man, when these things are actually like, full adult size, I bet you they're screaming.
Freaking insane. Yeah.
So I'm patiently watching and waiting for lesser Sundays pythons to pop up, because I really enjoy those.
It's so true. Like, come on, guys. Come on. Leave the Bolins alone.
yeah. Everyone's going for Bolins. All the people, it's like, maybe do the Sundays instead. Maybe they're also iridescent. Please stop.
Right. Yeah, there are other pinnacle species, guys.
There are other iridescent species, because
also true.
That's the main claim to fame when it comes to Bolin's pythons, is that they're shiny. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Source grubs. Like, yeah.
Woo. Yeah. Between that and did you see that pair of Naltinus geckos that was up and available for a very short period of time?
No. Where was it? Where was that?
Yeah, it was on Morph Market. I think
I haven't logged on there in months.
It's probably for the best.
It is, because I am like, I cannot spend money right now. No money. I'm not spending money. No money at all. And anytime that I go on Morph Market, I'm like, oh man, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, look at that
100%.
thing. I don't need to do that. So I've not been on there in months.
That's fair. I periodically go there to look at available Amazon tree boas, and I'm like, stop it. Stop looking at these things. Just stop. But I forgot what they went for, but I want to say it was somebody in New York ended up with them, but I don't remember who. The elegans. So I'm like, please.
Oh, they're elegans?
Yeah, like please breed those.
10K?
Those, I think 14 is what they were listed at. Yeah, for the pair. And for what it is, and the rarity aspect of it, I'm like, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at all. but I'm just like, come on, somebody get these and breed these. You
I
know,
really like
you're
'em.
certainly not going to flood the market with them with a single pair, you know, but come on.
I heard a lot of times they only produce one offspring at a time.
Which is so crazy.
hurts my feelings.
You ever want a Hertz donut?
Yeah, it hurts, don't it? My thing is that like I love Naltinas. Always been one of my like really like I don't want to say dream, but like cool animal that I would enjoy keeping.
Yeah.
But they need to be cold, and I don't like my living space to be cold, and I don't want to set up a cold room just for a gecko.
Just for that?
So
Yeah.
realistically, I probably should not have them. But
Hey,
oh boy,
hey,
those things are amazing.
hear me out.
Yep.
Just get a big wine cooler and make it into a vivarium.
Get like a mini AC unit and just like hook it up to an enclosure just so that
Yeah.
specific enclosure stays cold.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Let's get innovative here. Come on.
You could, I mean,
I'm saying, you know, it would cost you if you were going to make a room, a cold room for something like that. It would probably cost you $1,000, maybe a little bit more. I'm sure you could spend
$7,000 on the gecko.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's like I'm sure you could, you know, drop 15 to 1,800, maybe $2,000 on a nice size wine cooler that you could really just do up.
I guess they do the walk-in wine cooler for them. So that
Oh
you
my
can-
gosh.
It's just a oh man, what the hell is the name of that company? Cages by Design.
Oh yeah. Yes,
That's a throwback.
it really is.
If you have to take
giant
ibuprofen because of
walk-in.
your knees or your joints, you guys know all about Cages
know.
by Design.
That's so true, man. Yeah, big walk-in enclosure. So what's in here? Oh, there it is down there. Weep.
It is a 7-inch long gecko.
Yep. But it's perfect. It loves this place. It only uses that rock and this blade of grass.
Yes. Have you ever seen an Altinus in person?
No, I've never seen one in person.
They are cool as hell, bro.
I've seen some really high def photos and I'm just like, man, this looks really cool. So I already know to see one in person would be like,
Yeah. So there is someone in Maine. I think they live in Maine. Their name is Caden, and they have got some. And they were vending the Massachusetts Reptile Expo, and they held it in the like the armory, like the Vets Armory in Braintree. And it was like, 30 tables or something. It's this tiny little I don't want to say tiny. It was like a, smaller expo.
Yeah.
And I'm like walking around and everything, and I'm looking over, and Caden does really nice planted enclosures, bioactive. This is like 15 years ago. This is a decent amount of time ago. And I'm walking over and I'm looking at one of the enclosures, the planted enclosures, and then I see the gecko move, and I was like, is that a fucking Naltinus? And Caden was like, oh, you know what that is? And I was like, what? Why is everyone not freaking out right now? There's a Naltinus in this enclosure. How did you get this? What? I need more information. And so we sat there and talked about them for like, I don't know, 40 minutes because I was losing my mind. I was like, there's 30 tables in here, and there's a Naltinus gecko in this room. Why? How? I don't understand.
Right.
I was so hyped. I'm still hyped about that.
right. Exactly. I feel like that's one of those animals that is genuinely just so rare. Like when you get the chance to see one, it is truly special. And also coming from, I'm not necessarily relevant at that point for that show that you were talking about, but for both of us being in a place like Nerd where we could see some really rare stuff at pretty much the drop of a hat, walk into any given room, to end up finding something that you're just like, mind blown is just like, oh man, this really is a pinnacle animal. Because in that context, it's more rare than a Boelen's python. Just saying.
Yes. They are more rare than Boelen's pythons, and I
Yeah.
will fight people on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's Maltese geckos. Yeah, go check them out, guys, because it's necessary.
Maltese gray eye.
Yeah, man. I
Really
so
cool.
spoiler for those who are listening to the podcast. So I've been doing a bunch of interviews and stuff for the USARK YouTube channel, which Rob did one with me. And I was recently talking to David from Tiki's Geckos, and he was the one that had mentioned the Naltinus. And I went and found a photo of one to put into the video because I'm like, if you guys don't know what this is, like you've probably never seen it, but you need to know what this looks like. So here's a picture. Here's a picture of a Naltinus, just so you're aware of why this is so cool that we're able to talk about this right now. But yeah, that video, that it's a 2-part video, so those will go up right after Tinley, which is coming up really quickly. It's literally not this weekend, but next weekend. So, yeah, exactly. March Tinley is already here. It's crazy that we're in March to me. I feel like time is going by really fast.
Yes.
Like, slow down.
Fast.
Right. Like slow, like get warm, but then slow down, please.
I don't know. January took forever, and then February, March is like flying through.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I feel like so now being back in Statesville, I'm reconnected with a bunch of musicians in the Charlotte area that I wasn't driving 2.5 hours into Charlotte, once or twice a week to go to jam sessions or anything like that when I was living in Asheville. So now being back in Statesville, going back and hanging out with some people, I'm like, oh man, like this is exciting, but also like, holy crap, it's Monday again. Holy crap, it's Thursday again. Wait, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why is the week is going by so fast? Slow down, everything, please, just slow down.
I just need to breathe just for a minute.
Dude, it's literally like, and then we're Sunday is daylight savings time, so we lose that hour. Spring ahead.
No.
Yeah, man, it's coming up fast. So it's
Wait,
all
Saturday into Sunday?
I technically I think so, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So sorry, I didn't mean to ruin that for you.
Oh
but,
my goodness.
Yeah, Sunday's daylight savings. I'm gonna be a
wreck on Sunday, bro.
It's gonna be fine, Rob. It's gonna be perfectly fine.
Is it though?
People are gonna see you come in Sunday and be like, "Whoa, Rob must have got hammered." He's like, "No, dude, I was just out." And then I just was changed.
Out really late, and then I lost another hour of sleep. Yeah.
So I'm a zombie, and
yes,
it's great to meet you. Please buy that snake.
Yes, I'm going right back to my nerd days. I'll only sleep for 2 hours every here and there.
Every here and there, like 2 or 3 hours for the total of the week. It's fine.
Yeah, basically, for every 36 to 48 hour period, I get like 5 hours of sleep. So
yeah, it's perfect. We can survive. We're surviving. I promise. Oh man, has there been anything that has caught your eye online recently, reptile wise?
Tons of things, and honestly, I have been thinking about starting a TikTok adventure or Instagram thing where I just like highlight something cool that I saw reptile related and just talk about it for a minute and just do something like that. And I'm still brainstorming what I want to call it or whatever, but I've seen so many cool things recently where I'm like, I want to talk about this for 5 minutes, or I just want to like put this in front of people and be like, look at this thing, look at how cool it is.
Yeah,
dude, Mike Clarkson posted this like calico file snake, Acrocortis granulatus.
Yes,
Bro, are you
Wild.
kidding me? Are you kidding
Wild.
me? That
Yeah.
thing is incredible. I have it saved on Instagram so I can save it, but I've been waiting to just like
Yep.
to post some of this stuff. I saw that, man. That thing was incredible. I've seen trying to think of what are some of the other things that I like seen just in the last couple days of stuff that I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. Recently, my buddy over in California, Indo Serpents, Daniel, he produced some Highland scrub pythons. So seeing him produce those
Hell
babies
yeah.
is mint, so freaking cool.
That's awesome.
Man, what else? I've seen so many different cool things over the last. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna go and look in my saved folder right quick because I've got so much stuff. Every like couple days I look at something. I'm like, oh man, that thing's cool. Oh man, that thing's cool. Oh, that thing's cool. And I just want to like blab and spit and talk about it. So I just been like saving things here and there as I'm
Hell
going.
yeah, dude.
That Acrocortis was really cool. Let's see. Some water monitor videos. Someone else who's got a ton of those Nautinus geckos.
Oh, I saw that picture too. You might have sent it to me. I was just like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Those are really cool. Wagglers, pit vipers, and shed. Ohana Reptiles has got this fully striped longicauda boa.
Oh, that's crazy. If you guys are on the audio only, you need to pop over to this minute marker 4706 and look at some of these pictures on YouTube.
So it's a BCI or boa constrictor or BCL, sorry, BCL, boa constrictor longicauda. Maybe they got elevated to their own species. The longicauda boa, they have like really dark black contrast in their patterning, and this is it's hollow back, so no patterning on the back, and black stripes the whole way from the back of the eye stripe all the way down to the end of the tail. And I've been watching them grow that thing over the last couple of years, and it is starting to get into its color now. And the thing is mint. It's incredible. So I'm really hyped about that thing. I'm trying to think of where some other things. Teamer pythons. Did you see the azanthic Prasinus? Man, I can't remember what the common name is. Gastrolophus prasina.
No,
so it's like
that's really cool. It's the teal blue. Yeah, that's super cool.
Hell yeah. So the Gastrolophus prasina is like this small, like they're in between the size of like a leopard gecko and a bearded dragon. They're like kind of in the middle between those two things, I guess.
Yeah.
But they have this long prehensile tail or semi-prehensile tail, and they look more like a Lacerda for the people who are listening on the audio version. And this thing is like teal blue. It is so nice, and they've got a group of them. And
that's wild.
I told you I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here that I've been saving to share and to talk about.
That is nuts. That is freaking
Calico
nuts.
Dominican red mountain boas, fully striped jungle carpet pythons, black West Papuan carpet pythons.
Hell yeah.
Steve Tillis produced Halmahera scrubs.
Right. Yes. Pete, I'll be at Tinley. Rob won't be at March Tinley, but I'll be there at Tinley.
I'm gonna try and make the October one, and then I still got to talk to you about figuring out a way to do the Super Show in California.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, bro, hell yeah. But yeah, dude. I saw. I don't know. I don't think I sent it to you because I saw it on Facebook and was just like, I'm gonna show this to Rob, and then rather than save it and just send you the link, I was like, he doesn't use Messenger.
No. But when I'm on my computer, I'll check on it because it's easy for me to just like click on it and type to people. But if I'm on my phone, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, no, that's fair. There was what looked like a calico black mamba found in Africa. So it was very, very interesting looking because it was not stark black and white. It definitely looked more mottled and like grayish. It was very, very interesting, but like primarily through the entire body of the animal. Like it was something noticeably very different. And I think from what I read and understood, initially was thought to be like a skin condition. And
really? Like the fungal thing? And
like a fungal thing.
No, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, after further investigation, they're like, oh no, this is like some kind of genetic mutation. And I'm like, that's wild as hell.
hmm That's
Like,
pretty cool. Speaking
sheesh.
of venomous stuff, Reptile Garden South Africa with the albino gaboons,
Yes.
bro.
Dude, it's a
They,
Starburst package.
they look like they're painted in Starburst. They're
Yeah.
so nice, and they've got like yellow ones and orange and pink ones, and oh man, they produced more of those this year. And then I think Ryan Gradney has been involved in importing some of those, which is
Yes.
tight because those are
Yes.
really cool. Let's see, more people hatching out parentes. HDR boreals with the leucistic Amazon tree boas.
Oh yeah. Yep. I
That was
saw
closer to
that.
Christmas that he shared that video, but man, the all white Amazon tree boas, those are incredible.
Yes. He just shared something on his story a couple days ago, I think it was, of those guys. In some newer enclosure or something I think that he had set up, and dude, they look freaking so
Sweet.
badass. And he shared a picture of one, and he's like, I have a funny feeling that this one is tiger. And I'm like, ooh. And I think Nick Mutton had commented, he was like, time to break out that black light, see if you can see anything, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. How wild
Dude,
would
and
it
then
be, dude, if
like,
a leopard leucistic Amazon was still just all white, and you had to use the black light to see like the blotches, and that's the only other thing we could ever do with leopard.
that's fine with me, honestly. Like leopards, you can't improve upon perfection. They're just great.
You can add tiger.
I guess.
That's funny.
This was another thing that circulated a little while back, but a T positive albino Russell's viper.
I was like, is that a Russell's viper? That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's why, dude, that orange up in like that first third going into the second third of the body, that's crazy looking.
Oh yeah. So I've been compiling things to start down this journey of sharing cool and interesting things. So I kind of want to record like 6 months worth of content before I post the first one so that I don't have to do it concurrently.
Yeah,
I can just
I feel that.
post things. And I was thinking of one of the little series that I could do. I did it on my Instagram stories and people went ham for it. Was one of a kind reptiles that you probably won't get your hands on. And so like the all black Amazon tree boa, that little leopard, the baby that Danny Mendez produced that was all black, and then it ended up looking like a regular leopard when it gets older. The calico Dominican red mountain boas, because every time someone is like, oh, I want to get a Dominican red mountain boa, I'm like, oh, you saw the calico one, huh?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to get one of those. And I'm like, guess what? There's never
Yeah.
been another one. And
Yep.
it's Scaly Bellies has produced a different version of calico, so not the white one like the one from Undercurrent that is old. The picture's been circulating for 20 years now.
Right.
But
right.
they have a different version of calico, and some people are getting into that, which is cool. But
That's
the white
cool.
ones, no dice.
Yep.
And then I'm trying to think of what are some of the other ones I had posted on there. The Stormtrooper ball python, they haven't been able to reproduce that one again. And man, I posted like maybe 5 or 6 different snakes that were all like one of ones, and people post them being like, where can I get one of these? And so
yeah, absolutely. Yes, Randy, the standard Dominican red mountain boas are badass. The reds and the pastels. I think you were showing me a picture of a red that you had sold that you were like, damn, I shouldn't have sold this one.
Yeah,
it was screaming, dude.
Nice, bro.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate those one-off animals, because like that's sometimes that's all it takes just to get somebody's interest peaked, to be like, whoa, like I didn't know something could look like that, and then kind of gets them into, let's understand more, or like what else is going on here. Is that something can I have that as a pet? Like, what is it? But yeah, sometimes you can't. And it's just a cool story, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he sold it to Nick Mutton.
Ah,
That's funny. Yeah, of course he brags. Of course he brags.
dude, it's funny because like when I had Tammy take that picture of the pied ball python with the little jack-o'-lantern on his back. If you're listening to this audio and you've seen that picture of someone's hands holding a ball python, they're like, look at the little jack-o'-lantern on his belly. Those are my hands in that picture. And that's literally, we were going through and picking through snakes, and I was photographing them for the nerd website. And I went up to Tammy, who manages the pet store downstairs, and I was like, hey, look at this one. This one's really cute. It's got like a little thing on the back. You should post this on the Facebook.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cute. So we like went outside, took a little picture. She posted it, and then it went
crazy,
really viral. And so I had people who I had my family members from people who just know that I like snakes, and they sent me the picture, and they're like, have you seen this snake? And I'm like, you're not going to believe this, but those are my hands.
Those are my hands.
I have seen that snake. I actually, it's in the other room right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's a missed opportunity. Of course, didn't know it was going to go viral, but should have had another picture of it, like you doing like one of these, to be like, look, just as a follow up. People, have you seen this? Be like, wait, listen, you're never going to believe
I have.
it. But yes, I have.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, you've got to get a really tiny tattoo of your name on your finger, so it can be like the watermark.
Rob's keeping it real on the inside of here.
Exactly. Like, oh man, it's watermarked. I can't
diabolical trouble with that.
Yeah, I can't remove the watermark because that sick fuck tattooed it on his body. Gosh. Oh man, too funny, man. Too freaking funny.
Bruh.
I'm here for it though, dude. I'm here for it. There's been a handful of those moments where just like you see those pictures, you see those animals, and it's just because the same thing happened with the stormtrooper. Like as soon as people saw it, they're like, "What the hell is that?" And yeah, the number of people, and I'm sure you can say the same, that we've heard be like, "Man, I want to make a stormtrooper." It's like, good luck, bro. We all do.
Or I want to get one, and I'm like, you can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can get a super pastel Axanthic, and it's gonna look kind of close, but you're not gonna get the same thing.
It's just like I think about stuff like that where it's like, yeah, man, that's cool, but you can't. And I go back to that one call I got when we were still at Nerd from the guy who was like, I'm looking for a smuggler.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And it was so for those who might need the context, because I'm not actually talking about a person smuggling animals. Apparently there was is a gene of ball python called the smuggler gene, and I had never heard of it, and so sometimes at Nerd, when the people down in the pet store on the first floor pick up the phone, and if they're looking for somebody at Nerd or they're looking to speak to somebody upstairs, they'll just page us upstairs. So they page me to speak to call down to the front desk first. And I'm like, okay, maybe there's a package or something, something needs to be handled, whatever. And they're like, we've got this guy, he's asking about ball pythons, asking about the smuggler ball python. And we think somebody's pulling our leg, but they're adamant about it. And we just want to check with you before we send this guy up there. Is this a thing? And I'm like, I've never heard of it. Like, I don't think that's a gene, man. I'm like, I don't know for sure, but I don't think it's a gene. So, okay, cool. That's what we thought. Hang up the phone. 2 minutes later, they tell me to page back downstairs again. And they're like, yeah, he's really angry at us because apparently it's a thing and it's on Morph Market and whatever. So I went on Morph Market, and there sure as hell was a smuggler gene, and there were 2 snakes, and they didn't look like it was like Mojave Smuggler or something like that, or Phantom Smuggler, and it just looked like a phantom.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be Het Smuggler. I genuinely just don't know. But I was like, all right, I mean, sure, page the guy up. I guess I'll talk to him about it. So pick up the phone, talk to the guy. Yeah, I'm looking for a smuggler ball. And I'm like, man, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I didn't even know that was a thing until you called. I've never heard of it. It's not something we have here. And he was like, well, yeah, man, you take smuggler and you breed it to a phantom and you get a $12,000 snake. That's what it says on Morph Market. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, we don't have them here. Like, I'm telling you, as the manager of this place, I know what we have and what we don't have, and we don't have that. And he's like, well, that's what I want. That was the follow-up response. And I'm like, I've never heard of it. We don't have it. The response was, well, that's what I want. And I'm like,
go buy from them, bro. Like, what the hell?
So I was literally like, hey, man, maybe you should try contacting the breeder that posted them, because I don't know. I don't know what this is. We don't have it here. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And then just hung up the phone. And I was like, what just happened? So then
what just happened?
I go downstairs and I have like a debrief with the downstairs team. And I'm just like, all right, look, ball python names are getting weirder. There is a smuggler ball, but it doesn't do anything. And we don't have them here. Oh, man. But yeah, I think about that from time to time when I hear about or see one-off animals. I'm like, I think about the smuggler ball. Matter of fact, I want to look on Morph Market right now and see if there's been any updates.
Movement on the smugglers.
On the smuggler project. What's going on? All right. Smuggler.
I can't wait to see the smuggler clown. They just call them the scary clowns. Just like
dude, apparently there's a super form.
Oh,
but no results found. I just looked up smuggler. No results found. So maybe that means that guy sold his $12,000 smugglers. Let's see if there's anything for super smuggler.
What about a candy smuggler?
No results found. Damn. That Pete says that story doesn't make me proud to be a ball python breeder. There are other reasons to not be proud. It's okay, Pete. Oh, ouch. Man. No, hey, man. As somebody with multiple gravid ball pythons downstairs, I feel the pain. But
I have ball python females that are over 10 years that I've never bred.
That's fine. That's equally as shameful, so it's okay.
I just like them. I have this bumblebee. She's really nice.
Oh, God. Yeah, tell that story to your kids. The smuggler ball. Breed it to a phantom.
A chocolate smuggler.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying the marketing for the smuggler gene could have gone ham, because, like, come on, Pompeii is cool and everything, but the chocolate smuggler, come on. Dude. Like that, the jokes write themselves.
Then you would have to allow autocorrect on your phone to autocorrect enchi to enchilada. The enchilada smuggler.
The enchilada smuggler, you already know.
Oh my goodness.
I wish I knew more different ball python morphs, because the candy smuggler is what's coming to mind. The clown, the smuggler clown.
Yep.
Would be good.
Yep.
The Batman smuggler?
Nah, I don't know about that. All right, Pete, we'll see you later, man. Thanks for coming to hang, dude. Man, yeah, what would be another good one? The pastel smuggler.
The chocolate smuggler.
Chocolate smuggler.
Ivory smuggler.
Oh, that's a really good one. That posting that online might get you in trouble with the feds, though.
Probably. Yeah, you're on a watch list now.
Yeah, exactly. You would have to
Highway
call
smuggler?
it the super yellow belly smuggler.
The freeway smuggler.
The three-way smuggler. That's a good one. Come on, there's got to be some other ones. There's got to be
I
some other
don't
good
know enough
ones.
ball python morphs to do this, so
The albino smuggler. That doesn't
nah.
doesn't really work. The sunset
Mahogany.
smuggler. That could
The
be a good one.
sunset smuggler.
That could be a good one. So okay, so wait. For anybody who listens to this at some point, sunset. If you make an axanthic sunset, are we calling that the moonrise? What are we doing?
Ooh, that would be sick, bro.
What are we doing, man?
We're calling it the full moon.
The full moon would be badass, dude. That's got to be the what you call the true ghost sunset. The true ghost sunset. So hypoazanthic sunset is the full moon. Listen, Kabelka, you're hearing it. Do it.
You already hatched it out last season, so
I know, yeah, probably so. Probably. I just want 5%, man. If you didn't name it already, I just want 5% of every sale. That's a small number in comparison to what you got going on, bro. I think full moon is a banger right there.
I agree.
Dang. Yeah, inventive names, guys. We don't have to list the 1,000 genes that are in there.
The flatline.
The flat line. We still don't know what it was.
It was cool. That's what it was.
It was cool. What's another crazy one from back in the day? Flatline was definitely a wild one. Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, it's basic now, but Inferno, when that first popped onto the market, was like, what? Like, why? I don't understand, but that was really cool.
The colliders.
Collider was a good one. Of course, Soul Sucker, all that kind of stuff that nobody is interested in anymore. Man, yeah, we got to get back to some like cool names. We got Batman and Gotham and Scarecrow. We got that whole thing. Pompeii. But yeah, then it kind of stopped. Like I was bummed when it was like, okay, we got the Hypo DG Pompeii. I'm like, come on, call it something cooler. Something call that one
ash.
yeah, like Smoke and Ash, or like call that one the Mount Vesuvius. Like something, you know what I mean? Like take it to the next level, man. you know what's in it. We know what's in it. It's been publicized enough. So like just talk about how you get to the next level and give it a badass name, bro.
No. I hate when I look up something and it's like, oh, it's just got the name and it doesn't have any of the ingredients to how to make it. I'm like, cool, I love that for me. That's horrible.
But it's not a ball python breeder. That's okay. I think that's something that we're missing now because we're so willing to disseminate all that information. I feel like that's something that's tainted ball pythons. Because now it's like, well, I know everything that makes it. Therefore, I will only buy those ingredients. Therefore, everything else gets totally screwed. And hear me out on it. Back when Kevin was just giving names to shit, no context. So Inferno, Soul Sucker, whatever. And you would ask him, and he wouldn't give you an answer. At some point, you had to say, okay, well, I know Kevin's working with this gene, and I've seen a picture of this, so I kind of have an idea of what's going on. So you'd try to make it. And inevitably, chances are you would fail, and that's okay. But along that quest, you were putting random shit together because you were trying to figure it out. Ergo, you're making other cool shit you weren't expecting to make. So it increased the longevity of a project, even if it was only for an extra year or two, versus where we're seeing now where it's just like, I made this cool 10 gene ball python. Here's all the genes because I shed tested it and I used my eyes, and now go for it. And it's just like, all right, well, now you kind of bottleneck yourself.
No.
Yeah, man. Especially when like it's the top couple of guys that are constantly pumping out that new content where it's like, you got to buy this if you want in on this project. And nobody's willing to put in their own creativity because we've taken the guesswork out of it. Fucking guess.
I guess.
See? Yes. That's what I'm talking about, man. I think it just adds a little extra like I get it. Shed testing for hets. I get it. Like we enjoyed buying POS hets and taking that gamble. Some of us did. Some of us also really didn't. But there was some excitement in being like, man, I hope this proves out. Like I can't afford this project, but it would be really cool to get in on this level and blah blah blah. And sometimes you scored, and that was part of the fun. And sometimes you didn't, and you got a little upset and whatever. Like, dude, I had a pair of possible het caramel albinos. So this is way back when kinking and everything, like we didn't really understand what the heck was going on, whatever. I bred them 2 years in a row and got nothing. Absolutely nothing. I sold them that third year. A buddy of mine bred them, produced a caramel albino. And I was I just had shitty odds, man. Just had shitty odds. But like, I mean, that was part of the game. That was part of the game. And like, was I butthurt? Abso-freaking-lutely, because I sold them as POS hets. But but yeah, it was part of the game. We've lost a little bit of that illusion, which I think really speeds up the process, which again is not a bad thing because we're pushing the envelope. We're seeing what's really possible and we're able to see it faster, which is great. But I feel like simultaneously, like there should be some kind of line where we're just like, all right, cool. We know. I'm the breeder. I know what's going on here. But I'm just going to give it a cool name, bro. You don't like that?
I disagree.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
I don't like it. It's gatekeepy.
Yeah, you're damn right it is. That's when you hit everybody at the expo when instead of prices, you just put inquire. And then when you ask if you can't figure it out, you can't afford it.
Me when I was 14 calling nerd and asking, hey, how much is a bumblebee ball python? And they say 25. And I'm like, $25? And the person on the phone is clearly annoyed. 2,500. And I hang up. So like,
yeah,
my bad.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know they're expensive. My bad.
Yeah. Oof. It was a business model that worked when almost nobody had them. Now everybody's got them and it doesn't work anymore.
I'm just saying, man, rats are too expensive to be spending money on POS hets. That's all I'm saying.
Which is fair. And I'm all for the shed testing for hets because that kind of helps, push you along and you can sell those as if you want to sell them as POS hets to somebody that wants to take that gamble, great. Or if you want to be like, no, they were tested, they're not het. Okay, cool. But when you go to produce that like all gene or potential all gene animal that's just got all those possibilities in it, and you shed test it, keep that. What if we didn't know what the Pompeii was for like 3 years?
No.
And then Justin was like, all right, guys, I'm finally ready to unleash the information. After I've made my army, I've done what I needed to do. I figured it out. I made sure it was right and everything. It's kind of what we'd had to do before shed testing and everything. You had to breed to see what the hell was going on. Or you were Kevin and just labeled it wow and just spread it to another.
With your life.
Exactly. Which we love you, Kevin, but damn it. Write it out once you figure it out, dude.
I guess. I really want to. I'm hoping that calico or like ivory looking scrub python makes it to the US. That thing would be cool.
That would be really cool. That'd be really freaking cool.
I don't think it's going to, but I can dream.
We can hope. We can hope and dream. But
hope that whoever gets it knows how to breed scrub pythons.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then hope it gets into capable hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Man. Sheesh. Well, we're over our hour mark. but it's been fun. It's been fun just talking about fun projects and awesome reptiles that are all over the place. Rob, you know what time it is. What in the realm of reptiles has you excited about reptiles right now, if we didn't already talk about it?
We haven't talked about it.
Ooh.
At least not really.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
Herping. It's about to be herping season.
Oh,
What
hell
do you
yeah,
mean?
dude.
What do you mean? Dude,
Yes.
we are in March. April and May are my most productive months of herping throughout the year. And so
True.
we are currently in the first week of March. I've got 3 weeks until crunch time and snakes start coming out. So I am ready. Let's go.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell
That
yeah.
is what's got me excited because I've already got Daytona's booked, so I'm hoping that I can coordinate with some of the guys there because I don't know if I'm going to do a rental car this time. I want
That's
to
fair.
because it just gives me the freedom to just take off and go herping in the morning before the show, but I don't really need. I'm just going to be hanging out with everybody at the hotel most of the time, so it's like maybe
Right.
but that, and then I've got another herping trip that I'm like trying to coordinate right now in North
Ooh.
Carolina, so it's not a travel one,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to get my ducks in a row so I can do some like more heavy duty herping this year and really get out there and see some shit. So I am excited for that. Very excited for that.
Hell yeah.
And that is what's got me excited about reptiles right now. Oh, and scrub eggs. I mean, I guess, having scrub eggs
Yeah.
and Ursula is a really nice looking scrub python. So judging from the babies from Fleb and then from Janet, these babies are going to be phenomenal, top tier, upper echelon scrub pythons. I'm assuming, when these come
Hell
out, they're
yeah,
going to be
dude.
like the nicest stuff. So I'm hyped for those. And like I said, I didn't write anything down, so I don't know when they're due to hatch. It's 3 months from whenever I posted that freaking picture of her on the eggs. So I'll look that up later, I guess, and write it on the thing. But that's kind of what's got me excited right now. But Jeremy,
Yes.
what's got you excited about reptiles right now?
I'm really geeking about Amazons this year. Yeah, dude. I've been talking to a whole bunch of people just about what they've got pairing up this season, and just comparing notes and going back and forth with folks on what's being produced this year. And there's so many cool things, and I'm really excited to see people just continue to push the species and bring it into a really positive light. So yeah, that's what's got me geeked about reptiles right now. Yes, sir.
About to be Amazon Central up in there.
Bruh. Yeah. Yeah. But it's all gonna, dude, it's all gonna be so freaking worth it, man. Like I'm stoked. I'm stoked for some of the bicolor pairings I've got going on and all this other stuff. Like, yeah, we're just gonna take it in as many directions as possible.
Hell yeah. That's lit, bro. And
Yes,
if people
sir.
want to follow your Amazon adventures, where should they look you up?
Ooh, stay away from my Amazons. No, no, follow me at Brassman Reptiles on Instagram. Instagram gets way more of my attention than anything else. So yeah, go check me out at brassmanreptiles.com or at Brassman Reptiles. And when stuff becomes available, if you're interested in purchasing Amazons, you can go to brassmanreptiles.com and see all of those things there when they're available. But there's nothing available right now, so don't bother looking. Unless you want ball pythons, please come buy ball pythons. Please come buy ball pythons.
Ball pythons. Ball pythons.
I should clip that and just put it on my homepage.
Yes, you should. For real, though.
Yeah. Maybe Donnie still has it in a hard drive somewhere.
He's going to send you a copyright strike.
Yeah, right. Gee, thanks. Thanks, Donnie.
I'm just kidding, Donnie. Yeah.
Oh, man. But all right, Rob, if people want to find out or follow your scrub adventures and your herping adventures, where should they follow you?
Check me out on Instagram at Rob is Creeping It Real. On TikTok, Rob is Creeping It Real. really do want to do this. Like, I was thinking about doing it weekly, but I know that the algorithms don't like when you do things that infrequently. So maybe I'll try and do an every other day or something where I just post the video ranting for a minute or two about some cool reptile that I've seen online just to get it out of my system. So I'll try and do that. But yeah, TikTok and Instagram at Rob is Creeping Real. Don't add me on Facebook. Thank you very much. I've
Don't
had a
do
lot
it.
of people adding me recently. They must have heard me someplace and they're like, I'm gonna get on his friends list. And I'm like,
No, you're
the
not.
first thing on your page is political and it's not on the right side. Like, it's not on a good side. It's not a good look. So no, I'm going to delete the friend request and block you. So no, I'm
That's
not
hilarious.
interested. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I do have a Morph Market, but I don't post anything on there. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'd rather sell things in person, but
Right.
you know, tis what
Hell
it
yeah, dude.
is. And then make sure that you guys check out blackboxcages.com. Get yourself a rack. Get yourself an enclosure.
Yes.
I get the feeling that more 3-foot and 4-foot enclosures are in my not so distant future. So
Same.
yep.
Same.
So thanks everybody for checking us out tonight, and we
Hell
will
yeah.
catch you next time.
See ya.
The baby.